So, anyway, Mikey, what's your name again?
Dicky Dirt.
Okay, can I call you Dicky? Can I call you Dicky, is that right?
Yeah, call me Pat.
Okay, Pat, and... Abraham. Can we call you Abe? Is that right?
Call me Abe, yeah.
Okay, and I'm Mikey, but maybe I should be Mike, just to make it all a bit shorter. So this is a free... Come and join in, come and have a seat. We've got Abe, we've got Pat. You can do it if you want to. Are you from Canning Town? Are you from... where are you from? What did he say? Stratford. Oh, you're the target audience then, in that case. Anyway, what do we want to talk about? Any thoughts, comments, suggestions?
Can I just say something?
Yeah.
I want to say an apology to somebody.
Okay.
She's not here yet.
Okay. Well, save that for when she is here.
Okay.
Anything you want to get, Abe? If you got anything you want to talk about?
No, I said it all.
What's that?
I said it all.
What were you talking about before?
About Canning Town.
Canning Town? Anything particular about? I mean, we were talking about history.
It's all changed now.
It's all changed.
Now you tell Rathbone Street, that gone.
Rathbone Market.
Rathbone Market.
What market?
Yeah.
What market?
Ollie's.
Tell us about the pie and mash shop.
Ollie's.
There used to be a pie and mash shop in Rathbone Market.
Rathbone Street.
Yeah. And what's happened to is the pie and mash shop still there?
No, they've knocked it down and built flats here, haven't they?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, so we're talking about pie. We're talking about pie and mash. Have you ever had pie and mash? Pie and mash, come and have a seat. Pie and mash we're talking about now. Come and have a seat. We've got Pat, we've got Abe, I'm Mikey. What's your name?
Mohammed.
Mohammed, and what's your name?
Ruthie.
What's it?
Ruthie.
What did he say?
Ruthie.
Wiffy. Is that right? And I'm Mikey. Come and join in. We're talking about pie and mash. Have you ever had pie and mash?
No, I've never had pie and mash. I think he has.
Have you had pie and mash?
I don't know, because I forget a lot of things.
Okay, so you may have had pie and mash. Okay, guys, can you explain? Because these guys have never had pie and mash. Can you explain?
Pie and mash, you ain't lived.
Can you explain pie and mash?
Pie and mash is like 2 pies, 2 mash, bit of liquor.
What is liquor?
Liquor.
Yeah.
It's like green parsley.
Right. Okay. All right. Interesting. So right now we're talking about pie. What's your favourite sort of snack? Are you intrigued by pie and mash, or how would it compare to? I mean, what do you like? What sort of things do you like to eat?
Mostly chips and chicken.
Chips and chicken. Okay.
That's my normal, because when I go after school, I just go to the shops.
Okay. Is chips and chicken like the new pie and mash in a way? You say.
Yucky.
You say it's.
Trick.
Yeah.
Trick.
What's that?
Trick. That's the Yiddish word.
Rubbish. Okay.
Talk properly.
We're talking about pie and mash. Have you ever had pie and mash? Pie and mash? Okay. Okay, so you're chicken and chips. Are you chicken and chips as well, Wiffy?
Don't really. I just grab a drink and then go home. That's all I do.
What's that?
He's a drink guy. He drinks a lot.
You're more drinking than eating, then. Okay. Okay. So we got chicken and chips. We're talking about what's your favourite foods. We've got the pie and mash quadrant from Canning Town, and we've got the chicken and chips side from Mohammed. And Wiffy is more. What is it? What's your favourite food? Or are you more drinks?
Yeah, more drinks.
More drinks, like Red Bull or something like that. Yeah. And what's your favourite foods?
Mine is Vietnamese food.
Vietnamese?
Yeah, Asian and Vietnamese food.
Have you got a particular favourite on that?
I like spicy soup or something. Yeah.
A spicy soup?
Yeah.
Okay.
With seafood.
Yeah.
Like prawns and squid.
So like a prawn pho or something like that. Yeah. Okay. I mean, one of the things because there used to be a pie and mash shop in Rathbone Market.
There used to be a pie and mash shop in West Ham Lane.
Yeah, and what's happened to it?
Down there. 40 pence. When I used to go to Rokeby School, 40 pence, mate.
Let me get a final thought from Mohammed.
40 pence is the cost.
Would you visit a pie and mash shop if there was one here in the centre?
Maybe. Depends how it tastes like.
Okay, so it needs to be on. Final thought, Wiffy?
Yeah, I might try it one day.
Okay, you would try it. Maybe we should have a pie and mash stall. Would that work? I mean, I mean, we're actually here. So we're here for Black History Month, but maybe there should be like a Cockney History Month, and we could get a pie and mash stall here in the centre. Come and have a seat. Give us a couple of minutes. We have got Pat. We've got Abe. And what's your name?
Kieran.
Kieran, and I'm Mikey. We're talking about foods, how are foods maybe connected to different cultures. We've got the chicken. Come and have a seat for a minute. I'll keep an eye on, see if there's any if you've got any customers. So we got Pat, we got Abe, we got Kieran.
You could do some decent food. I mean, I know there's Greg's, which is very good, but also we could do some more decent food places.
You think there needs to be better food places here?
Yeah, I think there should be some Asian food sort of outlets that are run by individuals.
Okay. What's your name?
Pauline.
Pauline. And who have we got here? What's your name?
Oh, no, I know.
What's your name?
Elam.
Elam. At the moment we're talking about, we've got the pie and mash quadrant over here.
Don't get me twisted.
Yeah. You're not pie and mash.
No, I've just come out of prison after doing 17 years, and no one's helped me. I'm homeless.
What sort of help
I'm
do you
a Canning Town boy, yeah? I'm a Canning Town boy.
Yeah.
Like, boom. So it's bollocks. We were talking about that, but you switched to the other thing.
Well, I mean, it's kind of up to whatever people around the table want to talk about, and that's, to be honest, Pat, you brought up the pie and mash.
These people here who are living now, they don't know about pie and mash. You can't ask these Eastern Europeans, they don't know what it is. I beg your pardon?
Do you remember the pie and mash shop in
Oh, I love it. My father comes from Hoxton. I'm a real East Ender.
You're from Hoxton?
Well, my father was born there. I was born in Edmonton.
Yeah.
But I am an East Ender, but it's changed so much down here now, where we used to have so many East End people who were very good spenders, and now the foreigners won't spend that money, you know.
Okay. So you've got a different demographic going on, you've got different people, and they're not spending the money.
They're probably spending their money differently, because I'm sure they've got no spare money.
Yeah.
I doubt it. The ones I know have got nothing.
Well, I mean, so how do we get? Oh, we've got an e-face. Have a seat. Have a seat. I did bring some stools for people to sit down. What's your name? We've got Abe. We've got Abe. What's
Eugene.
Eugene.
Yeah.
And Mikey. We've got Kieran here. Have a seat. At the moment, there's a few different.
Time today, mate.
2 minutes. 2 minutes.
No, I can't. Honestly, I've got to go.
Come on, you can give us 2 minutes. Abe and Pat have been here for a lot longer than that, so give us. Yeah.
Ask him a question.
Okay. What do you think about pie and mash?
Rubbish.
Rubbish. Okay. Well, maybe there's a reason why. Maybe there's a reason why the pie and mash shops are closing down.
Yeah, because generally it's bloody disgusting.
So you're not a fan of pie and mash?
No, I'm not a fan of pie and mash. That bloody parsley liquor. Ugh.
East London's fucking bollocks.
Okay, well let's maybe we can rephrase that in a more like family friendly way.
Any East Londoner walks through here.
Yeah.
And you say to them, do you like pie and mash? If they say no, they're not an East Londoner.
Okay. Is that true? We should maybe go back to Pauline on. What do you think? Are you from East London?
I was born in Poplar, but then I was brought up in Hornchurch, so not really. And there's no pie and mash shop in Hornchurch, so I didn't grow up with pie and mash. No.
Okay. So
and I don't like it.
But would you consider yourself, Kieran, an East Londoner?
I'd say my family, my roots are from East London, but yeah, generally I'm a bit not just East London. No.
So in a way you're not
a wider
bothered.
Identity than that.
Yeah, you've got. What is your identity?
A Londoner, really.
Londoner,
I
so
think
not just East London.
A Londoner, yeah.
Okay.
A middle class tosser.
Yeah.
That's what
okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So what makes you middle class?
Because I'm on a better income than average.
Right.
I'm into arty things. I live in Shoreditch, which is the trendy part of East London. I represent everything that's like changing about East London.
Yeah.
But I do go all the way back. But I also like all the new things that are happening. I like the trendy coffee bars. I couldn't give a damn about pie and mash. So I am part of the problem, really.
Do you see yourself as part of the problem?
Well, not supporting those old things and them slowly dying is part of the problem for some people, yeah.
Okay. Let me just come to Abe and I'll come to you in a sec.
The Chris Street and the pie and mash. Chris Street.
Yeah.
Chris Street.
Chris Street. I've still got a pie and mash shop, yeah. Okay.
Kick bar. I used to live opposite that in a rehab.
Okay, so you're also from Shoreditch?
No, I was in a rehab there.
Okay.
It's called Acorn House.
Right. Yeah. Okay, so so right now we're talking about what makes you an East Londoner. Is it liking pie and mash? Kieran sees himself not as an East Londoner, but as a middle-class Londoner that likes art and films and stuff like that. Do you see yourself as an East Londoner or a Londoner?
I see myself as a Londoner, not so much as an East Londoner, because, I just think, living in Hackney, I've never really felt like, it's East London, but it's not East London, so...
Yeah. So you don't think
I just see myself as a Londoner, really.
Right.
I don't like to label,
And what about in terms, do you see yourself as middle class or?
No, I see myself, working class. To be honest with you, I've never really considered class growing up, maybe because I am working class, so I've never really had
so
to
you don't think about what class you are?
Unfortunately, that's not something that I think about on a daily basis.
Okay.
No.
All right, interesting. So I guess we're talking about Abe. Yeah, go.
Do you like pie and mash?
Oh, I do. I love a good pie and I love a good mash. I'm gluten.
What about together? Do you prefer them apart?
Well, I'm gluten intolerant now, so I can't really.
Okay, so
before you were allergic to wheat, would you go to a proper East End pie and mash shop?
No, I certainly wouldn't.
You're talking about homemade pie and mash, which is a whole different thing. Yeah.
Okay.
Meat, so I don't think I can.
Okay, but you
can't really relate to that,
Okay, so we've got some differences here. What makes a Londoner? Do you have to like pie and mash to be an East Londoner? Come closer. Come closer. What did he say? Bow bells. What are these bow bells? Tell us about the bow bells.
I'll tell you where it is. It's down near St Paul's.
Yeah.
It's called the Bow Bells. That's it. Cheapside.
Okay.
I used to go to an AA meeting there. I did.
Okay. So, are you a Londoner? Do you see yourself as a Londoner? Do you like pie and mash? Come and have a seat. Come on, don't run away.
The thing is with pie and mash, it's very unique to East London, isn't it? So you can be a Londoner and not eat pie and mash. I think what makes you a Londoner is having lived here for a certain amount of years, really.
Yeah. How many years do you think you have to live?
I think 7 years.
So once you've lived in London for 7 years?
Then you can call yourself a Londoner. Anything less than that, no.
Yeah, okay.
Say anything. There's a few East London boys over there. I ain't going to name them.
Yeah.
And they've lived here a lot longer than 7 years, I can tell you that.
Okay, but do you agree with this thing that about the 7 years, that once you've lived here for 7 years, you're a Londoner?
If you're fucking born in London, you're a Londoner.
So you've got to be born, okay. Okay, so...
Homerton Hospital, to be exact.
Okay, I was born in Reading, but anyway, let's not go for that. Anyway, right now, what we're talking about is what makes somebody a Londoner. Do you consider yourself a Londoner?
What I find quite funny is that whenever I tell people, I was born in London, they're always like, oh my God, wow. I've never met someone that's born in London before.
Really?
People always say that. They're always like, wow, so you're a real person,
Yeah.
Because
so it gives you some authenticity.
Yeah, and there's not many people who have been, born in London, so anymore. So there you go. Or maybe people I speak to, they don't really, come across people who,
I think that's true of the area you live in, which is Hackney and that Shoreditch area. Nobody hardly there comes from London anymore. They've all come from outside.
Yeah.
And they're all the educated, and you know they've got all the jobs and all that kind of stuff. But I think probably somewhere like Stratford, you probably find a lot of people in this shopping centre were born in London.
Okay, so in Shoreditch, people are not born in London.
Not the new Shoreditch lot.
Yeah,
no.
okay. Yeah.
I lived in a rehab in Shoreditch, Acorn House it was called, on the corner.
Yeah.
On the corner.
Yeah.
I lived there for a year. And do you know in Shoreditch, people don't judge you, mate. They don't judge you there.
They don't judge you.
They don't.
Right.
You got
So you think people
transvestites, you got whatever.
Yeah.
They just don't judge you. They
Okay.
dress mad and good luck to them.
I mean, we've kind of been through that a bit earlier on. We had this. Yeah. What's your name?
What's your name?
Kieran. We got Ellen. We got Abe. We got Pat.
Yeah, listen,
What's your
I've
name?
brought up in here.
Yeah.
But what you just said, people from where you are, Shoreditch and all that, you're different, you're East London, and you're educated and we're not. Did you just say that? You just saying that.
No.
You did say that. You did. say
No,
that.
actually, what he said. Can I just say? He didn't say. He didn't quite say. He said that.
That's what he meant.
He said he was born in
It's not
Poplar.
East Londoners, no, he said he's born in Poplar, he's born up in Northern Church. I sat there and watched it.
Yeah.
I've been sitting there, yeah?
Yeah.
And then you said something about you educated people who are in Shoreditch now are not proper East Londoners because they're educated, bruv.
Explain what I did mean, right? What I meant. Well, all right, but
Okay,
what
let's find out.
If I said it wrongly, I want to get a chance to explain myself, right? What I meant was that in Shoreditch, right, there used to be a very working class area, but most of the people have had to move out as they've knocked down the council estates and they've moved everyone out, right? And all the people that are moving in are coming from elsewhere. Well, they're certainly earning lots of money, so I don't know how they're doing it without an education.
Okay,
they're definitely taking away the area from the original population, and they're not from London.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay. Well, let's.
But it's not right to say that all yous up there are educated and us around there ain't.
Well, let's rephrase it. They're privileged. They're privileged. That's what I'm getting at.
Okay, so all right, let's find out. Let's spread this out around the table. I mean, what are the working class people? Hang on, let's just spread this out around. What's your name, by the way?
My name's Malcolm.
Malcolm. We got Pat. We got Abe. We got Ellen. Mikey.
I was born and bred here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
I helped build here. My first job was cleaning around the top of this thing.
Okay.
Yeah. You got one supermarket, one shopping centre there for the rich. You got this for a little bit more poorer.
Yeah.
My Maryland Point, which is our home area, no one's put any penny into it.
Where is that?
Maryland Point, just down the road there.
Right.
Yeah. We've got nothing. That is our shops.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's nothing there for us. If you go across this road here, over the bridge, you've got West Sides here.
Yeah.
Multi-rich. You've got the old place where I was born and brought up with nothing.
Do you think people are aware of that history? Do they know that?
Who cares? Who cares on your side?
What about the people in Westfield? Do they?
Who cares? What they care?
Do you think they just don't even see it?
If you walk over that bridge, as you walk down Leighton Road, you will see West Side all coming up built, and then you'll see on the right-hand side the old estate, which is still the old estate from when I was a kid.
Yeah. Nothing's changed.
Maryland Point is our shopping centre. There's not one good shop there.
Okay, well, what's the answer to that? How do we get some of that? I mean, is it about bringing the wealth over? What is it?
We can talk to it comes out of our arse. It's not going to happen. He'll tell you.
Yeah. Okay. I mean,
we've lived here 47 years.
Okay. I mean, what do people think on this side of the table? Is it always going to be like that? I mean, we actually, before any of you arrived, right at the very start, that's what the first people were saying, is that there's a shopping centre for the rich and one for the poor. But
our own shopping centre, our real shopping centre,
with nothing.
It's got nothing there, not one good shop.
But does it have to be like that? That was a question then that didn't really get answered.
It does sound to me like there's a lot of shopping centres. I mean, why would you want? I'm only asking a question. Why do we need you need a third one?
Because that's our local shops.
Like, how far is it away? Is this a long way away?
No, but that is where we live. It's just there. Just walk out the back of the shopping centre and see what's there.
But Malcolm, what do you need there? What would you say you need there that's not there?
We need to be looked after.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's not just about the shops, it's about the...
We need our own little shops, we need our own little clothes shops, we need everything, yeah?
Okay.
It's not there, yeah? There's nothing there. Just walk down there, just walk past the Grove and look for yourself.
Malcolm, I've been down there. Yeah.
Good about?
Yeah.
I don't know, I don't really think Westfield. I think, again, it's that perception. I think people think that
Hang on a sec. Let's just hear what Ellen's got to say.
I think people feel that, you know, Westfield is built for rich people, but I wouldn't really say that, because when you walk through there is a nice, you know, mix of shops of, you know, we're selling clothes of different price ranges. So I think what it is that because it's like this new thing, it's come off the back of the Olympics, you know, it has this perception, but I don't really think it is just for rich people. Yeah.
Okay, so you think there is a mixture?
But of course, this shopping centre, there's not been that much investment, and there's more independent shops. So
yeah,
yeah.
£20, yeah. Over there, they're £50.
Okay. Hang on a sec. Except we'll come back to the price of jeans in a second. We've got some interested people here. Come and join and come and get involved in this. Do you see? You've got you've been to Westfield, because I can tell, because you've got your John Lewis bag. Is it a question of it being a shopping centre for the rich and a shopping centre for the poor? And is there like a little bit of a kind of bubble where it doesn't spread out that wealth from Westfield across the roads?
Listen to this. Watch this. Look at the people. Yeah? Right, you see these in Westfield? No, you don't.
Okay, so Ellen says yes. What do you think? Have you got any views on that? We got Malcolm, we got Kieran, we got Ellen, we got Patrick. Have you got? Come, let's give him a round of applause. Come on. What's your name?
Aaron.
Aaron, yeah. Come and get involved. You don't have to say anything if you don't want to, but you will bring more people to the table if you come and sit down, for sure. Aaron, do you agree with this? Do you think there's a shopping centre for the rich than for the poor?
That's difficult to say, man. So we went to Westfield.
Yeah.
Because we know about it. I guess it's got a bigger image. Because there are two of them. There's at least two Westfields.
Yeah. So it's got a kind of profile.
It's actually like there's multiples of it. Yeah. Exactly.
Okay. What were you going to say, Kieran?
I wasn't. Sorry.
Okay.
I mean, I think that you're probably right. There's a difference in, I don't know, how people look here to what they do in Westfield. But I also think there's some very ordinary people in Westfield as well. There's a lot of kids in there that are kind of dressed much the same as the kids here. But you can definitely tell they've got newer clothes in that place. They've got a bit more money, even if they're even if they're just as working class. There's definitely they've got more money in there. So you know, people coming in from Hornchurch and all those kind of places, they're just a little bit wealthier if they go to Westfield. They are.
Okay. Well. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Master. Sorry.
Hang on, Malcolm.
My sons live in Hornchurch, and they're not fucking rich.
Okay.
But can I just know?
Yeah. What's your point? What's your point?
I'm just saying, it's because you live in Hornchurch, don't mean you're a rich bitch.
Okay. I mean, but what about this question about the spread of money? Because that was what Malcolm originally brought up. It says, is money actually getting spread from the wealth of Westfield? Is it actually helping the people of Stratford in general? I think that's the question. Go on,
But you know, a lot of the shops, they employ, local people. They provide like part-time jobs for people, which is such a great thing. I mean, what's really great, you know, since Westfield opened up, the two supermarkets, Lidl and Sainsbury's, they're in here. They weren't in here before, and I can tell you those kind of jobs are so useful for like young people, older people to provide like part-time jobs. And also when you think about it, a lot of supermarkets are shutting down, and do you know the impact that's going to have on a lot of like mothers and young people? So
it's good to have these supermarkets here. Come and have a seat. Hang on a sec, let me just do a quick round of names. So we've got Aaron, we've got Malcolm. What's your name?
Edvaldo.
Edvaldo or Edvaldo?
Yeah.
Edvaldo, and we've got Joseph. Malcolm, give us a final thought before you go. Or maybe that was it. And we got Kieran and Ellen and Abe and Patrick and
Aaron,
and come and get involved. Come and have a seat. So at the moment, I guess we're talking about the Westfield compared to the.
No.
What's that?
Thanks for the.
Okay, give us a final thought. Where have you come from today?
We came from Stoke Newington.
Okay. And
we came on.
I mean,
we came on the overground.
What do you think about this question of like, is the wealth of Westfield actually spreading out towards some of the other areas around Stratford?
I wouldn't know how to address that question. I'm aware that there's a lot of development here in terms of housing. I'd question the availability of that housing for other people and try to look at it from a wider infrastructural perspective as well.
Okay.
I don't really know though, to be honest.
Yeah.
I think there's the question of social facilities and the accessibility of those for different people. But I'm not an expert, and I don't know.
I mean, is this an easy place to come and a nice place to come shopping compared to Stoke Newington?
There's different things available here.
Yeah. Okay.
And I mean, I think we're talking about this shopping centre and that one, right?
Yeah.
They feel different. They have a different feel. One's newer. Than the other, there are different shops there. So. But in broader terms, I don't know how to address the question. Okay, all right. Well, thanks for coming to sit down. Thanks for getting involved in this. This is come and have a seat. This is thank you, Aaron. Come and have a seat. This is Talkaoke pop-up talk show. Don't be shy. This has been electrically tested and it's safe, so you don't need to worry. At the moment, we're talking about. Well, yeah. Well, we're talking about. I mean, there is connected to this question. I think about. I'm linking it. What I'm doing, Pat, is I'm linking it. I'm linking it to the question about wealth and whether the wealth is spreading out from.
If you come in at night time, you will see the difference between Westfield and here. What they're giving us shit. People sleeping on living in the doorways here over night time.
Yeah.
Charities come down and feeding us. Nothing from Newham Council.
Yeah.
It's all from free charities. What are feeding these people?
Right.
Yeah. Every doorway's packed here with sleeping bags over night time.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what we're getting back from Westfields.
Okay. So I mean, when it
Newham Council don't feed it.
So sit down and tell us about this.
Yeah.
But okay. So you're saying the Newham Council need to do more.
Today's Saturday, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. Make me right here. At 7:30 tonight, you get Muslims come outside McDonald's.
Yeah.
And they give us curry. True or false? 7:30. Muslims come every Saturday.
Right.
To feed us.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they don't ask for nothing.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Yeah, you come in.
So sit down, Malcolm. Sit down.
You see them sleeping bags are here.
Yeah.
Yeah. You see what Newham Council's doing for us.
Yeah.
Yet they're getting billions of pounds off these people in Westfield.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Walk across that at the back there.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Okay.
Yeah. Nothing. You won't walk through there at night because you get robbed.
Right.
Yeah. Because it's a poor, deprived area.
Okay.
I think the rates, the money that Newham Council you think get, they don't get it. They have to hand it back to the government. It's the government that hold all that money. Newham Council have had their budget stripped. So, I mean, I'm not saying they're good people, but let's face it, they are paid by the government, and the government keep cutting their money.
Right. Okay.
Got poor on this side.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So we're talking about.
It's been about 8 years, right? Here, tell you.
Okay, come and have a seat.
No.
Okay, I'm going to say we've got some new faces at the table. Malcolm, Malcolm, let me explain this to the new. Okay, so this is welcome to Talkaoke. It's a pop-up talk show. At the moment, we're talking about is the wealth of Westfield and the shopping centre being spread around?
No, Westfield is a very rich place.
Okay, well,
they're not giving us money. And they need to shut their mouths.
Okay.
Don't ever.
Okay, all right. So let's get names. Let's get names. So we've got Malcolm. What's your name?
My name's Jimmy.
Jimmy, and what's your name?
My name's Bobby Moore.
Can I call you Bobby?
Bobby Moore.
We got Pat. We got Abe. Come and join in. Come and join in. What's your name?
Annie.
Was it Annie?
Yeah.
Come and join in. And we got Ellen. We got Kieran, and we got Malcolm. I'm Mikey. So it seems to me that most people are saying that the wealth isn't being spread around, but I mean. Malcolm's saying it's down to Newham Council that should be.
No. Westfield. The amount of stores Westfield have, and they don't give us money. What the hell is this? Look how many poor people are on the streets.
Okay.
Look how many poor people are on the streets.
All right. You've got a microphone, so you don't need to shout quite that loud,
I apologise.
Bobby.
This needs to be heard.
Yeah. Okay.
This needs to be heard.
Okay. So Westfield have got a lot of money, and they're not spreading it around. Annie, have you got a view on this? Do you think? No. You haven't got a view on it. Okay. Kieran is saying it's not as simple as that. It's about the government. It's about the government. The government take the money, not Newham Council. That's what you were saying.
Well, I just think it's about capitalism being very greedy and everything going in one place. So I mean, you build a Westfield shopping centre, a rich shopping centre in an area, it's going to drain all the life out of the area. Other shopping centres close down because everyone starts going to Westfields.
Has it drained the life out of here? Do you think?
It's going to have definitely killed the high streets around here. Definitely, yeah.
Okay.
People are going to Westfield instead.
Come and have a seat on the table of chat. We're talking about has Westfield actually?
It's just a shopping centre. It's the houses. It's the people. It's everything.
Right. Okay. So it's not just a shop. It's a whole tide in a way.
Of course.
A trend.
It's a divide.
Okay. Well, I've got to tend to everybody.
It's just because I'm a kid, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't like the way that people don't respect the kids of this generation. It is so stupid and silly.
How could they respect them more?
We need to be respected.
About how?
All this knife crime has taken over the world and kids have been looking at differently. Like now, if you walk around on the streets with your hoodie up, people are going to think you're a gangster.
Okay.
This is so thick. And now
Jimmy,
Westfield are in there, look at them. Taking over this Stratford. This is a place of humanity. This is so stupid.
Okay.
And we need to be heard.
Okay, I think you are being heard, that's for sure. Jimmy, have you got a view on this?
So basically, I think, that there's too many shops, too many people. I think people should learn to move out of the way, People should learn. People should learn to look out for one each other, like.
Okay, all right. Annie, have you got a view on this? No?
What this young man just said, I'm 100% behind him.
Yeah.
What he just said.
Okay.
It's not about young kids being not looked at. It's about they say money talks and bullshit walks. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God, I've heard that saying before.
Yeah.
Right.
Come on.
Yeah.
Listen.
Yeah.
Right. Listen. I've just met this young man, and what he just said, he was 110% right. What he just said.
But I mean, Kieran,
diss us because you think you want to be gangsters. We're not. We're human beings.
Okay, but
we're all shit. We're all piss.
How can we make this more human then? Because it seems like we're losing the humanity. Yeah.
I think you could make it more human. Like you could take this shopping centre. And you could turn let's say a third of this shopping centre into recreational places where you'd have youth clubs, where you'd have sports centres and things to do for free.
Yeah.
So because it can't always be about shopping.
Yeah. You think Jimmy's right in a way that it's too much about shopping?
Yeah, shops aren't going to be the answer. We want more than shops. We want community centres.
Is it too?
For people to do things.
Is it too much about shopping? Do you think a shopping centre should there be other things to do in a shopping centre apart from shopping?
Yes.
Like what? What kind of things?
Robberies.
I don't know, but just not.
What's that?
Okay. So I need to go right now.
Yeah.
But one thing I need to say. One thing I really need to say. This is a democracy. The government have all the money and we have nothing. The amount of homeless people on the streets.
Yeah.
Ah!
Okay.
And my Snapchat big_chopsticks here.
Okay. I don't think we would have heard that. Should we have been interested in on Snapchat? But Jimmy, have you got a final thought before you go?
Fuck the world. Look after yourself.
That kind of contradicts what you were saying before, but I think I agree. Especially on the high street where a lot of shops are closing down. There's a lot of empty shops. It'll be good to see. I don't know. Maybe the archives could have a little pop-up in one of those shops. Or I think we discussed that before.
Going back to what we were talking about,
exactly,
could we have like a library in here or something like that?
Yeah, like a library in one of the one of the empty shops. I think that would be really good.
There is one already.
Because I remember I had an exhibition with this organisation called Somewhere Too, and what they do, they occupy empty buildings and they bring fun and creative activities into those spaces. So it would be really good to see more of that kind of thing on the high street, rather than where I live in Hackney, another coffee shop, another food place. Let's have a bit more diversity in the kinds of shops,
Yeah. Crime going into a coffee shop.
No, I think Ellen's saying, sit down.
No, I just need to say one thing.
Come on, sit down. Someone sit down. So, Bobby, Jimmy, what are you saying?
So what we need to say is, fuck the police!
I mean, that's not really going to really. I mean, you know, it's kind of up to you. In a way, we live in an era of sexual liberation, so it's kind of up to you. You know who you want to, who you want to get with. But then again, do we need to hear it on the microphone? But yeah.
Coffee shops ain't gonna solve crime.
Yeah.
I was born. I lived in Shoreditch.
Yeah.
It's a lovely.
Yeah.
Shoreditch
Yeah.
is a lovely part of the area.
Yeah.
It's better than this shithole anyway.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
But listen.
Yeah.
Coffee shops ain't gonna stop people committing crime.
Yeah. What is going to stop? What's going to stop
for young kids? Yeah.
What's going to stop people committing crime? You think?
No.
What's that? What's that?
Boys club.
So boys clubs.
Boys club.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, why can't we, one of the empty sort of shops, we could have like a youth club in the shopping centre. I think that would be a really great thing to do. Bring a youth club in the shopping centre. Yeah. But you know what I find interesting? Sometimes the language we use to describe where we live. What's his name over there? Sorry.
Pat.
Sometimes the language we use to describe where we live can be quite negative. Like you said, this is a shithole. But why is it a shit? That's not great language to use.
Yeah.
And I'm talking 30 years ago.
Right.
I was born in Plaistow.
Yeah.
And I ain't gonna lie to you. Giving someone a fucking coffee shop ain't gonna solve the problem.
So what is it? I'm curious. Like, what do you think will solve this problem that you speak of? You know?
Right.
I think that means. I think a porridge means.
And it's never stopped me.
Yeah.
All you need in life is a bit of loving, a cuddle.
Okay, so it's about love. How do we get how do we get the love going? I think that we're moving on to now. How do we actually get the love vibe going?
You know what? I think it goes back to what you were saying before. You know what this lady. You know, people have said around the table, like it just depends on what your attitude is, and sometimes we're in a negative place, so then that's what we project and that's what we receive, and sometimes that can't be helped. You know, if you are homeless, it's going to be quite difficult to feel positive. Anyway.
Well, but how do you overcome then that?
The thing is, unfortunately, that's not for me to say, because as I've been told, you know, I can't speak on behalf of, you know, so.
Yeah, but I mean, there's also a question about, okay, sometimes you must feel negative. How do you overcome that negativity?
Well, when I feel negative, I'd always like to leave my house. Like, I felt a bit negative yesterday, so I went for a walk.
Yeah.
And then that's it. You just like get out, change your environment.
So change your environment. Okay.
Eat some, you know, just walk. Just a simple walk can be quite nice. You never know who you might bump into and have a chat with, you know.
Kieran, I'm saying,
Today, right, it's the anniversary of my son's death. Yeah.
Right.
He would have been 18 today.
Yeah.
Right. My son would have been 18 today.
Right.
He died when he was 9.
Yeah.
He got run over by a drink driver. Yeah.
Right.
His name was Bradley. Yeah.
Say again?
His name was Bradley.
Right.
So today would have been his 18th birthday.
Right.
And let me tell you straight now, it's not about fucking coffee shops and this and this. We've all been there. I've done it. How can you break an art that's been smashed to bits? You tell me that one.
Okay.
Forest Gate's happening now.
What do you mean?
They're regenerating Forest Gate, and that's going to be letting the coffee shops. Yeah. There's one pub in there. Yeah, owners use, school teachers, it's £6 a pint in there.
Right.
They make it £6 a pint so we can't go in there ourselves, the proper local people. They don't want the proper local people in there, right? So that's why they outprice us. We ain't going to go in there and spend £6 a pint now and £3 next door.
Yeah.
They don't want us in that pub.
Okay.
Yeah?
Okay, so I guess...
I mean, the cost is, I have to say, like, you know, the cost of a pint, you know, £6, that is ridiculous, very expensive.
Okay. All right. So, I mean, is there any? I mean, I guess I come back to the same question. We had that one thing about the love, spreading the love. Can we? Is there a way to fight back? I mean, it seems to be mostly about commercial.
Maybe right. Back in the 80s, we could walk through here. It'd take me about 2 hours to walk through here because I knew everyone. All give you cuddles, see my son, blah, 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 whatever. See now, you walk through here, they just push past you and spit.
Okay, I mean, do people agree with that? Has it got...
said that anyway.
Yeah.
Karen said that. They don't want us here. They want us to live in Birmingham or somewhere where there's no houses.
Right.
Yeah?
So is it? I mean, do you think there is an agenda to get like?
Of course it is. You don't want us living in London. You've got to be an earner.
Less well-off people out of London.
You've got to be an earner living in London.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you think they're?
This was our area.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's the same.
Northampton. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Right. Let me put this out there. Do you think there is an agenda to get poorer people out of London? Yeah. What do you think?
Sorry.
Come and join in. Come and join in.
It was Tony Blair that made the announcement that there should be no council housing in central London because the people in them don't earn enough money. That actually came from so-called New Labour, and then this government have just run with it. So yeah, I don't know if it's a conspiracy, but it's definitely in their mind that this is a good idea. Let's slowly push the poor out, and they want to go to Blackpool and like places where there's loads of empty housing and nothing to do. That's where they want to go.
Okay.
Definitely.
So it seems like everyone around the table agrees on that. That they're, yeah. I mean, you know the history of all of this. Do you think that they want to get rid of poorer people?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Okay.
Because I used to completely altered. All the people have moved out.
Yeah. I mean, is that in terms of like from a sort of like in the old days were they trying to do the same thing, or was it?
People were happy in the East End.
Right.
There's a community there, no community here now.
Right. So you think the community's sort of been
gone?
Okay. What can you say a little bit about the community back in the day?
Everyone looked after their own.
Everybody look after themselves. Look after them. And you can leave your front door open.
Yeah.
Because you have nothing to nick.
Okay. All right. So we've got a new face at the table. What's your name?
Hi. My name's Livingstone. Livingstone. Yeah. And I'm an artist. I'm going through towers. I'm a very speaker.
Yeah.
For going through for social housing and all that. And I always say people must have a voice. So if you want justice, you must have a voice. You must speak up.
Right. Okay. So people need to have a voice about this.
Yeah. A lot.
Okay. And what we're talking about on the table at the moment is, because I think Pat said it, Malcolm said it, Kieran's kind of also chipped in on it, that there's a kind of design to get poorer people out of London. Do you agree with that? And what do you think the answer to that is?
I agree with most of it, but not all of it. Because basically, like Trisha May should wake up and take the building down and make everybody else be happy. Because as long as that building stays up, everyone's heart is going to be still broken.
Right.
And I see we've got the silence march every month.
Yeah.
Every month at the end of the month.
Yeah.
And basically, like, that's not doing no really good to us, because really silence don't get justice. So I'm saying talking gets justice.
Okay.
So I'm saying.
So you're saying like in the case of Grenfell, it's people were being silent, but actually they need to speak out. They need to actually, say their thing, and actually to get some kind of justice, people need to be talking.
I said the East End used to be a friendly place, and not friendly anymore.
Okay.
Because community's gone.
Okay, so you don't feel it's as friendly as it used to be?
No, not friendly. People don't speak to anymore.
Okay. All right.
But my final thought is that people just forget the money for a minute. People have just got to start talking to each other and stop being so scared of each other and thinking everyone's different, and start saying hello to each other and stopping for a minute and having a little chat, because it makes a huge difference. And like this is a really good example, and it's really nice to hear all your views. So good luck and keep talking to each other.
All right. Okay. Thank you. Thanks for coming.
I'll see you around here one day.
Okay, so come and have a seat on the table of chat. What do you think about that? Are we talking enough? Livingston's saying, basically, if we don't talk, then we don't get justice. What's that?
Usually they call me the man on the ground, because I'm the man that goes round everywhere.
Yeah.
The curve, all the business they have out there, I go around and make sure we keep together.
Yeah.
And keep very strong.
Yeah.
I'm the living guy from Grenfell, the local artist,
Right.
And basically I speak up for social housing.
Yeah.
It's very important that we do stuff like this.
Okay. We can come and have a seat. Anyway, we've got. What's your name?
Mariana.
Mariana.
Yeah.
And.
Ude. Ude, UDE.
Ude, okay, thank you. And we've got Ellen, and we've got Malcolm that's hovering there, and we've got Pat and Abe. Is it Livingston? Is that right?
Mr. Livingstone, yes.
Yeah, and my name's Mikey. At the moment we're talking about...
Yeah. 100% what you said is right. I mean, I come out of prison yesterday in Wandsworth.
Yeah.
I was in Wandsworth, come out of there. I spent 17 years in prison.
Yeah.
And they basically give me a tent and a sleeping bag to come out of prison with.
Yeah. I mean, what do you think about the Grenfell thing? Is that
that's another... Listen, I don't even want to talk about that.
Yeah.
That's heartbreaking.
Yeah.
That's heartbreaking.
Okay.
Where comes in people ain't been asked.
Okay. So yeah, well, I mean, that's the thing that Livingston's brought up. I mean,
you've got a rich here across the road.
Yeah, let me sit down, Mark, but let me just bring in Mariana and Uday about. We're talking about the Grenfell. Do you know about the Grenfell Tower? This yeah.
Do you know? Yeah.
You know the tower that burnt down?
Yeah, burned down. Oh.
I mean, is enough being done about that? Are we taking that seriously enough?
Not really. No. I think that they're not valuing people that, lost their belongings, or other people that lost their lives on that. They should at least create
have consideration for those people, definitely.
So you don't think that's happening?
It's not.
Okay.
It's not. They don't show to be caring about it, and it's serious.
It was like really attention to it. It was, people.
Yeah.
Were actually paying attention, trying to solve problems, create some sort of organization to help those people.
Yeah.
But then after a couple of weeks, all went down. Like today there's nobody who talks about it. At least you could allow a couple of months, and then after go to the news and say, oh, we've solved this, this what happened, like establish a plan. But I haven't heard anything since.
Okay, so in a way it's kind of been a little bit forgotten. It's not in the media spotlight anymore, but the situation hasn't changed. So
Yeah, I mean, I don't think they really value those people before the building got, had its tragic ending, and they certainly don't value them now.
Yeah.
The constant news you hear about it and how they're treating the people still, it's very angering.
Is it a question of people not learning from it? I'm going to say, let me come to you in a second.
Yeah, I think like what you said, they value money more than people. So I think the last I heard is that they wanted some of the people to start paying rent who were being put up in hotels.
Right.
And it's just like, all of the trauma that these people have been through, and it's just like, it's very, very angering, angering.
Okay, so I think pretty much there's got a consensus here. What were you going to say, Patrick?
No, I was just saying what you said. I mean,
it's more about money than about the people.
It's like, even in prison, you can spend years and years in prison, and I'm their bread and butter, basically. They say, don't come back. If I didn't go back, who'd fucking give them a job?
So you're like a commodity in a way for the prison.
And what this lady just said there is, the council prefer money over people.
Okay, I mean, do we agree with that, Livingston?
Well, I agree with it. I agree perfectly well. But basically, like what we're trying to do, like E15. I support them in London area. Yeah, that's my group. Yeah, and the Windrush. People who's so much involved with everything what's going on. Yeah. But the council is always putting everybody down.
Right.
Yeah, they're always like not giving them what they really need.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? It's like Grenfell.
Yeah.
Like, you've got the survivors, and they're not all rehoused yet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's still heartbreaking as we talk.
So how can
that's why we're fighting for soldiery. We have to fight.
How can the council value people more?
They don't. All the councils are interested in is money.
Yeah.
That's it. I mean, they're interested of you, her, or me. They're interested of that.
They're not interested in people.
Yeah, because look at Grenfell now. What they want to do is try to give it a facelift. Yeah. And that Grenfell Tower is worth about 9 million.
Right.
We talk. You see what I'm saying? So it's a big discussion what to do with the building. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I'm saying as a man on the ground, I'm telling them they have to put it down to make our hearts more easier. Right. They have to put it down and put a mirror space up there.
Okay, so it's like some sort of memorial or something that actually.
Yeah, you have to take it down because the longer it stays up, the more it hurts us.
So Mariana, you had a point?
Oh, I believe that as a country we have to unite together and work together and help each other rather than just see it as money. It's not all about money, it's about human beings.
I mean, I think everyone around the table is in agreement about that.
Yeah.
That's the reason why I support all the groups. Like East 15, London area. You see what I'm saying? I support all of them. You know what I mean? Portobello Road.
Okay. Livingston, let me just come to Uday.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We have to keep together.
Okay, so keep together.
Stay together. It's not going to happen. We're not going to win nothing.
So unity.
So we definitely do that.
Okay, Uday?
He was mentioning that, the council has to give more value. I think it's not about council, it's about people in general. Because if you see 10 to 20 years ago, the council could help everyone. Nowadays, everyone wants to emigrate from their home countries to here because they heard about opportunities, benefits, and anything. So there's not all the people who are honest. Like, to be, for example, comparing, you to someone else is eligible to have a social housing and is even more eligible to have a nice life compared to you. Let's say, for example, that you need a social housing for your family.
So what are you saying, Uday? Are you saying?
I'm saying that people say that the council, is not giving me value. I think it's not that. I think the council is overwhelmed because there's some people who wants to take advantage and then other people who need it, but they're not being supportive.
Okay, let me just come to Barbara.
Like me, for instance.
Yeah.
I've got a leak in my bathroom for nearly 4.5 years.
Yeah.
And they sent surveyors. I've seen Sir Robin. He's referred me to you name it. I went to the Advice Bureau. I went to the Age UK. 4.5 years.
And it's still happening.
And it's still there. I spoke to the new mayor at Central Park. And she said she's going to help me. She said she's going to phone me. Up to now, I tried to book a place to see her. She's always full up.
Can I just ask you, because what we're talking about, is it down to the council not valuing people? Is it just that they're overwhelmed and they've got too much to do?
I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is, love.
Yeah, okay.
The council have a lot to do with it because if I don't pay my rent, they want to throw me out.
Right, okay.
So it's up to them.
Okay.
It's not up to the people, it's up to them. Because
you think it's smart for the council?
When you have a problem like that and you keep phoning different people, and all of a sudden the phone cut off.
Yeah.
One of the councillors supposed to phone me a couple of days ago. Up to now, I phoned 4 times. The phone is just cutting off.
Okay, so you're not getting the response from the council.
Nothing.
Okay, I'm going to come to you in a sec, Pat. Yeah. Barbara,
What this lady just said, right?
Yeah.
If she don't pay her rent, they're gonna throw her out.
Yeah.
But if you've got a leak in your bathroom or something,
they're not going to fix it.
She's been waiting 4.5 years, mate.
Yeah.
She's not a young woman.
No. Well. Let's not. Anyway, let me just, because Uday wanted to say something. I'll come to Livingston.
No. What I'm saying is about that. I think the only solution for them is like to put pressure and make them feel that you really need it, because there's some people who create the requirements that the council asks in order, for example, to get a social house or to get a benefit, and then they get away with it, and the people that who really need stay behind. That's not fair for any of us. I think they say that here is diversity, is equal opportunities, but if you see there's a big discrimination there, because there's some people who create the environment to say, oh, I need help when they don't need it. They work, they discount, and they can, take care of their lives, okay? Rather than other people that unfortunately for health reasons or for other purposes, they're not allowed to work as many as we are, for example, as elderly people. So they need a lot of support. But unfortunately, this country is everything opposite way. So make sure they have to think twice, at least help.
What do you mean it does everything in the opposite way?
Because to be honest with you, they are just, taking care of those people. Like, let's say, for example, some people, some ladies, they come with their husbands and then, they declare that they are single when they're not, so they can get the benefit.
So you mean it kind of helps those people that are kind of working the system rather than those
so they
the
try
honest
to
ones?
joke. They're actually joking with the system when actually a single lady who needs it, who has the children to raise and everything else, they don't get the support, enough support. So
okay, let's I just want to say, come and get involved in this if you want to. What do you think about that? Are we valuing people enough? What do you think? Are we valuing people? Is the council valuing people?
I've got to go now because basically I've got to go and see East 15.
Yeah.
The Force.
I want a final thought from everybody before we go.
I've got to see them because they do a lot of surgery for the people, especially for social housing.
Yeah.
I always support these people. To make sure that no one gets stuck in a 5x7 house. I've seen it all before. I've seen a whole family in just a little block. The council will leave them there for 4 or 5 years, and they can't even get a proper flat.
Yeah.
You know? So basically, that's what I'm fighting for. I'm at the bottom of that. You know what I mean? So these East 15, they're very important to me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And basically, they give me something to really fight for.
Yeah, it gives you something. Yeah, absolutely.
So because council, they're not doing nothing for nobody. All the council is about is money.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all they're about. They ain't about nothing else.
Right.
Money. And the government just all wind everybody up and give them little sectional work, right, just to stay on their side. You see what I'm saying? And all this is about money. All these new buildings, we're coming in, about 4,000 new story buildings, they're going to build them up, and all the poor people, they're going to be shut right out.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? They're not going to have no housing or not. So that's what we're trying to avoid right now.
Yeah, yeah,
You know,
yeah.
it's very, very important that we stick on our channel.
Yeah.
See? So thank
Okay.
you for having me, please.
So, in your view, it's about unity, sticking together, campaigning, and trying to get the agenda away from money.
Just get the truth, get the facts out there.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Because the town hall and them people, they're never going to give you the facts.
What are the key facts for you?
Well, basically, the facts is like we allow like a young lady, they want to go, they're homeless and they want a flat. You see what I'm saying? They're entitled to go and ask for that flat. You see what I'm saying? And the council must give them a room. They must give them a hotel, sell it for 3 days so they can get a flat. That's what they must do, but they don't do that.
Okay.
I mean, you have to go around the world to get that done.
So they're not actually saying what your rights are.
It's silly, it's crazy.
Okay, all right, let me get final thought.
No, it's just like we have to invest in ourselves and keep it united, especially like a community and everything like that. Unfortunately, we can't say that the government will change and everything, so we have to trust God and the rest. Just let's live the life. Let's not forget that.
Okay, so don't forget to live your life trusting God. Okay, Mariana, final thought?
She said everything.
And nothing at all you want to add? What about this question about like people versus money? Do you think that is what it's really about?
It's true. It is.
Yeah.
It is. Money ain't nothing. Money finishes. It goes
but can we go away from that? Can we move more to a people-centered thing?
Well, if we unite together and help each other out and raise awareness, maybe it's possible.
Okay, so it's about uniting, helping each other. Come and have a seat on the table of chat. This is Talkaoke. Okay, just a final thought.
Money talks and bullshit walks. End of.
Okay, so money talks.
I bet you if I stop paying my rent,
Yeah.
they'll want to throw me out.
Yeah.
And they're not doing nothing to help me.
Okay. I mean, it's about what I think is sad, but also inspiring. Is this question about that everyone's talking about uniting, and they have got this feeling, this human feeling. So I don't think we've lost it completely. Thank you, Patrick, and thanks for being involved. Nice one. Come and have a seat. Come and get involved in this. We've got Ellen, we've got Barbara. Yeah, but sit and listen on the table. It makes it look more busy. It makes it seem more friendly.
A lot of people do not want to unite. That's the problem
So
we're
you think
having
people
as well.
Yeah,
a lot of people know things and you talk to them and they won't say, oh, blah, 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 blah. They wouldn't help you.
Okay.
So it's no point in talking to a lot of people. Some of them don't help you.
Do people not want to?
Very selfish. They don't want to help each other.
Have we got too selfish? We got a new face to the table. What's your name?
I'm Charmaine.
Charmaine, we've got Ellen and Barbara and Mikey, and we've got empty seats all around. At the moment, we're talking about how do we become more human? How do we actually, consider less about money and more about? Yeah.
Years ago, back in the 80s.
Come sit down if you're going to.
Help each other.
Yeah.
But now,
So.
They'd rather piss on you than fucking help you.
They know things and they wouldn't say, well, Barbara, this and that. I got that number from that lady and she helped me out. Nothing like that.
So no, you don't. You feel you're not getting enough help from neighbours and from the community.
Neighbours.
Yeah. Okay, Sean, have you got a view on this?
Yes, I think it's part of the culture that we are of.
Yeah.
It's a culture where everyone wants.
Yeah.
So, in doing so, people are not prepared to make the sacrifice to support each other.
Do you think are we aware enough of our history, where we've come from, in terms of?
I don't think some of us are interested where we come from.
Yeah.
It's about where we're going and what we have now. It's to live now.
Yeah.
And
what is more important, do you think? Where we're going?
I think it's important where we're going, but it's also important where we come to understand where we come from.
Right.
If you understand where you come from, then your mindset and how you treat people is so different.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Your experiences, your experiences, you're able to assess how to treat people, how to I know just how to live, you know, a better life.
Okay, yeah.
What would you do, right, if this lady was your mum?
Yeah.
And she'd been in her flat for 4.5 years.
I would be straight down the council, definitely.
With damn shit, this, that, and other. It'd piss you off, wouldn't it?
Well, absolutely. I'd be absolutely livid, yeah.
I'd do my nutting.
Yeah.
But at the same time, as I say, it's all about money.
Yeah.
You know, it's all about money.
So, I mean, I guess how have we got into this situation where everything is about money? Come and join in. Come and get involved. Yeah.
I think it's always been about money, but what it is that people, the cost of living is higher, and people and people's pay is not being reflected as the cost of living increases. So therefore, you know, that's where the struggle really begins. So there's no time for leisurely activities, and there's no time to really appreciate life and the people.
Yeah, okay, so it's actually, people are getting stretched too much. They're spending too much time just covering the rent, and therefore they have to think about money. So they're being forced into that sort of agenda, okay.
And also, you know, simple things like everyone said, the cost of transport's a lot of money. You know, sometimes it's going to cost you. So I know some people who, because they've had to travel through Zone 1, for example, it has such a great impact on how much they get paid. So then they can't even afford to cover their rent. Just simple things like that. So
I mean, you're saying actually the cost of transport is also too
and also
high?
There's little things like, you know, a lot of people, if they work for an agency, there's like an umbrella company that deals with their payment. So then that takes another chunk of money, plus tax, plus the agency. So, you know, there's all these different things that, like, you know, stop people from, you know, earning enough money, being able to actually enjoy life. So.
Okay. Well, I just want to come over. Rick, can we have a look at some of your visuals now? Is it now a good time? Because we've got Rick that's been trying to visualise the conversation, and we can see what we've been talking about so far today. It's sort of a bit off the screen there, Rick. But come sit down. Come and get involved. We got, is it Charmaine? Charmaine. We've got Ella and Mikey. Come and have a seat. Come and get involved in this. What's your name?
My name is Vicente.
Is it
Vicente?
Vicente. Come and have a seat. Doesn't matter. 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Come sit down. So, what were you going to say?
Yeah, I think sometimes we have got enough money.
Yeah.
But it's the way we are function. It's the way we are made to think.
Yeah.
Sometimes causes us to believe that, you know, we have to have more.
Okay.
So it's a culture where, you know, if you look on social media, I must have the latest fashion design.
So
I must, and sometimes.
Is it some kind of mind control
It is mind control. It is to do with media. It is to do with the way people think and how much they believe they should have.
Right.
I must have the latest. Like my neighbours, even if I can't afford it. You know what I'm saying? So it's not just about, we haven't got enough money. It's the culture, it's the lifestyle that we want to attain to. That's what is the problem.
Is the media, is the culture saying that we should have more? Is it twisting our minds? You agree, Vicente?
Ben, good.
Yeah, you agree?
Good.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I think now there's a lot more pressure to consume. You know, fashion is changing at a much more quicker rate than what it used to be. You know, every winter you must have a new coat that's on trend. Yeah. The new colour jeans, you know, the latest
That's good news for Pauline, because then she sells more dresses and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Nightgowns, yeah.
We're talking about, is there... What Charmaine's saying, is there like a pressure in us to spend money? Because everyone around the table's been saying, we haven't got enough money, But is the media telling us to spend more? And I'm saying maybe that's good that we spend more, because it keeps people...
So it makes people, it's the businesses that are ticking over. I've been here 24 years.
Yeah.
So you're all right. When they opened Westfield, they did do a documentary down here to say about, will it affect us down here? But it hasn't, because it's brought so many nationalities to the place.
Yeah.
We've had the Americans, the Italians, the Spanish. It's been absolutely great. I wish there was another one opening, I really do.
Yeah, so you would wish there was another Westfield on the other side?
I do indeed.
Okay. So, in some senses, it's good to consume, but do we overconsume? Do we spend too much money? Come and have a seat on the table of chat. We got Charmaine, we got Vicente. Yeah, and we got Elam and Mikey. Yes, we do. Come on, sit. 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Yeah.
What's the question?
Well, what's your name first of all? It's the first question.
My name's Vernon.
Vernon, so one of the things we've been talking about, Charmaine mentioned this, there isn't, because we've been had a lot of discussion about, the way the country's gone, it's become much more about money, and, you know, poorer people have got much less money to spend now. But Charmaine's saying it's also that we are being told by the media and by social media to actually buy more and to consume more. So it's not just that we've got less money, but actually we're being asked to spend more money as well. So we're kind of getting twisted a little bit.
Culture, yes.
Yes, culture is twisting us to be.
Yeah. You're being conditioned. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, you only need as much as you need, right? But people, at the end of the day, if they get a promotion, they want more stuff, and all that. And at the end of the day, they was living okay before they got that promotion. So why they want to change their lifestyle and say basically at the end of the day, well, you know, before I used to go on one holiday, now I'm going to go on 2 holidays a year. And like basically at the end of the day, then they're going to say, well, I've got a credit card to pay. Right? And like basically at the end of the day, they've actually used that money. So at the end of the day, it's up to the individual.
But is it too tough in a way? Are we getting too kind of sucked into, you know, this?
The children are definitely getting sucked into it, because they're watching all these prima donnas on TV, and they're saying like stuff like, you know, I've got this watch and it's costing me £1,000 and stuff like that. You know what I mean? And then the children aspire to that, and they've got no jobs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So at the end of the day,
so they're aspiring to all the trappings of a lifestyle without having a job. Vicente, have you got a view on this? Do you agree?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. I'll leave it there. Ellen, what do you think about this?
Yeah, I mean, I just think there's so much, pressure now to just consume, on the phone, you're on whatever website you're on, there's pressure to sort of buy something, and it really does work our subconscious as well. But what I really like is the fact that there's a lot more peer-to-peer kind of communities growing, free cycle.
So there are things out there which are kind of
alternatives, which is really great.
So
actually.
Tell us what is free cycle?
Well, basically it's a place where people can put up their old goods, and anyone who wants it, they can get it for free. Basically, you just have to be in the area and be able to pick it up.
Okay.
So it's really good that things like that happen. And there's other apps where you can sell your old stuff. Like Depop, for example, that's another really great app.
What is it?
There's an app called Depop. You can sell your own clothes.
Hang on a second, Ellen. Can you just? Oh,
definitely.
We've got welcome to Talkaoke. We have got Charmaine, we've got Vernon, we've got Vicente, we've got Ellen, I'm Mikey. What's your name?
Sammy.
Sammy. At the moment we're talking about, in a way, are we getting pressure to consume, to spend money that we haven't even got? And is there a way to sort of resist it? Is Ellen saying you don't have to go with it? Vernon's saying as well, you don't have to go with this flow. You can resist it. But is it really possible to resist, all of the kind of lures and the...
It's about understanding the amount of money you got is the amount of money that you can spend. Why are people constantly using credit cards for silly things, basically? Why are basically Barclays Bank still sending out letters that you could get a credit card knowing that the person's unemployed?
Right.
You know what I mean? And these are things where basically at the end of the day, it's just the government are not doing enough in order to secure people's lifestyles. Right? They're not doing that. All they're basically worried about is their own second homes and things like that.
Do you think it's so the government have spent too much money as well then? Maybe they're also trying to make money, try and pay off their credit card bills. Come and have a seat on the table of chat that we're talking about. Are we too money obsessed? Whoops. Are we... and what is there a way out of it? Is it just about being tough and resisting it? Come and join in. We got Ellen, we got Sammy, Vicente, Vernon, and Charmaine and Mikey. Come and have a seat. If you've got a view, if you haven't got a view, we've got Rick visualising this as well. Rick, what is this one? What, is that like throwing away our? What? Yeah, this is Talkaoke's a pop-up talk show where we talk about really whatever people want to talk about. It's kind of up to you what you want to talk about. We do put it online. Here's a card. There we go. We're actually here today the kind of main theme of today is actually Black History Month. So we're talking about, and I do think this connects.
You sure you want to go there?
Well, we can do. Anyway, Sammy.
Yeah. Well, that's what he said. I agree with him. You know.
Yeah.
What he said is true. You know.
Yeah. You think is there a way to resist? Are we all kind of stuck into this kind of cycle of spending more than we've got? Is there a way to?
No.
No. You think we're just getting sucked into it? Okay.
I'm not going to spend what I ain't got.
Okay.
I'm just not one of them people. I've just been a cash man. You know what I mean?
You don't subscribe to credit cards or anything?
No.
Okay.
And I very rarely buy things on the internet.
Okay.
And you know what I mean? If I do you know what I mean? It's 3 times a year, if that.
Okay, 3 times a year. I'm a bit more often than that. Come and join in. This is Talkaoke. Come and have a seat on the table of chat. Are you spending more than you've got? How did you pay for those Haribos? Did you take out a loan? Or is it a kind of long-term loan from the parents? Okay, come and join in.
I'm out of there, yeah?
Okay, give us a final thought before you go.
Sorry, mate?
Final thought, Vernon.
Final thought?
Yeah.
My name's Funky and I'm a DJ. There you go.
Okay. Are you spending too much on records?
No. Basically, I do a chat show as well, so.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
In a breakfast show, Supreme Radio, so you know what I mean?
What station?
Supreme.
Okay,
Yeah, Supreme.
Yeah. Okay.
I do Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, 7 till 10.
Okay. And how do we? Is that on DAB or is it on?
It's on supremefmlive.ning.com.
Okay. All right.
You know, when you mentioned Black History Month, you were like, "Do we really want to go there?" And I kind of want to know why. What's the? You know?
So you're not. You thought it wasn't controversial enough.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I kind of want to get.
We've got a visual here saying buy now, getting seduced by the lovely lady telling us to buy. We've got some new faces at the table. What's your name?
Gabriel.
And
Mickey.
And
Rudy.
And what? And
Venice.
Have a seat, Venice. There's no age limit here on Talkaoke. So right now we're talking. There's a few subjects on the table. We're talking about: are we being too pressured into spending? Are we being seduced into spending too much? Can we resist it? Because it all started from Charmaine's point that there's kind of something like in the media that kind of almost controls us to sort of buy stuff, to spend money on stuff. Do you like coming to the shops? Do you spend a lot of money here?
I like coming to the shops, but I don't spend a lot of
You
money.
don't spend a lot of money. Okay,
No.
so what do you like about it?
I just like looking at cool stuff, basically.
Okay, so you more look than buy. Okay.
Yeah, I like to look around too, but I normally save most of my money.
So you're a saver, but okay.
And how do you earn money then? Like, what do you mean most of your money? Like, what's this money?
Where's the money come from?
Pocket money.
Okay. I mean, what do you think? I mean, kids are expensive. Not too bad.
No, they're good kids.
Okay. All right.
They're happy just to look.
Okay. I mean, what do you think about this thing about are we being mind controlled in a way to spend more than we've got?
I think so. I think we come and have a look and we want to have all this stuff. Like the other day I mean, not so much here, but if you go, I was in, what shop did we go to the other day? John Lewis.
Yeah.
And it's such a nice environment, and I was just thinking, oh, I could spend thousands in here, but I didn't buy one thing.
Okay, so you resisted, but...
Or we went there for one specific thing.
Was there anything you were tempted to buy if you had a lot of money?
I mean, if I had a lot of money, but I don't, so...
Okay, but what would you have bought if you had a lot of money?
I was looking through I remember being quite seduced in like the purses and bags section.
Okay. Okay, purses and bags.
Yeah.
Okay, I think Vincenzi relates to that as well. Have you got a final thought before you go, Vincenzi? Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Are you going to go shopping or are you going to go home?
Go shopping.
Are you going to go shopping, buy some more stuff? Okay. Thank you. Where are you from?
España.
España. Muchas gracias.
Muchas gracias.
We'll give you a card. There you go. Thank you. Muchas gracias. Have a good day. Adios. Buenos dias. Can you say that? Or just that's hello, really, isn't it? Anyway, so we're talking about purses and bags. Nice, yeah.
I think what's really interesting is, looking at why we consume. I think sometimes, when I actually need something, it does feel quite good to go to the shop and spend money, you do get kind of like a high from it because it's like, oh, I'm buying something nice, I'm treating myself. So there is some kind of emotion around like consuming. So I can definitely see why people spend money that they don't have because
because it's a kind of like you get a high from
you get a high and it's a sense of escapism and it's just you get that happiness, you know. So
are you agreeing, Mickey?
Yeah.
Oh, well, it wasn't Mickey, was it? Was it?
No, I'm Mickey.
Oh, yeah. But no, but you're the one who said yeah, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. So anyway, either of you speak.
Okay, basically.
Yeah.
I like to buy little things that which I enjoy that, and it just makes me like feel good when I spend. But I don't like to buy loads.
Does it give you a buzz when you buy things?
Yeah, it excites me.
Okay. Do you get a buzz when you buy things?
Yeah, because it's like something new to explore and something just like, wow, I just got something new.
What's the best thing you've ever bought?
My Xbox.
An Xbox, okay. And did you get a buzz from that, or just get a buzz from playing it?
Both. Basically.
Okay. Do you get a buzz from buying things?
Some.
Yeah.
You regret buying stuff.
Yeah, sometimes I do.
Sometimes, okay. Venice, do you get a buzz?
I actually run an organisation, a clothes swapping organisation.
Right.
So trying to cut out the whole buying clothes. We just all get together and bring in any old clothes that we have and take any that we want. So you don't actually.
Do you get the same buzz from that as you do?
Yeah, you do actually, and it's really good because you can go home with loads and loads of stuff and you haven't spent a penny.
Okay, that's an interesting idea. So you can get a buzz without actually spending money.
It's about getting the stuff, isn't it?
All right. Okay. Do you get a buzz from shopping? That's what we're talking about. Do we get too much of a buzz from shopping, and are we spending too much?
Reminds me of what I was saying about the whole free cycle thing, like.
Yeah.
You know, when you go on free cycle, you know, you can, I managed to get some really good things on free cycle.
What's the best thing you've got on free cycle?
I think like some white stones. I've got some really big white stones for my garden, which looks really good, and they would have been a lot of money.
Right.
And yeah, it felt really good because it was like, oh yeah, I got this for free. I saved all that money.
Get on free cycle.
But to be honest with you, I think that the time when you could get stuff is kind of past now. I think it's too competitive, so I don't really. But I think maybe real life things, like swapping things in real life. I'm not saying you shouldn't, but yeah.
You like the swapping idea? Okay. I mean, should we have a swap shop in here? Would that work? Would that work as a thing?
Definitely.
Okay, we got new face to the table. So we got Venice, we got Rudy, we got Mickey. What was it again?
Gabriel.
Gabriel, that's right. And we got Ellum. And what's your name?
Michał.
Michał. And we have got Charmaine. And I'm Mikey. At the moment we're talking about, are we being pressured into shopping too much? Do we get a buzz from shopping? Or could we get a buzz from other things like swapping rather than shopping? Do you get a buzz from shopping, Michał?
I mean, on my experiences, these shopping centers are made especially to force people to shop.
Right.
That's the point. I mean, I am anti-capitalist.
Yeah.
So
what does that mean?
That means it's what I don't like is everything is commercial. Everything is for sale.
Yeah.
You can sell even yourself.
Right.
You know what I mean?
You know what? I mean, most of the conversation around the table has been about this. Maybe not quite as extreme as anti-capitalist, but people have been saying that we're valuing money too much and we're not valuing people enough. That's been the main thrust of today's conversation, I think.
I think that we as the public, we want to see a bit more, we don't really want to consume, but I just think that the councils, they know they make a lot of money from getting certain businesses into certain retail spaces. So, they're the ones who really have that control, really, and
Is it down
how
to the council?
Yeah, I definitely think so. Because they give certain what can I say? I think it is. They're the ones who sort of say what shops are going to be where, but where and stuff like that.
Come and have a seat. Come on, you have to say anything if you don't want to. What's that? Yeah, come and get a buzz from around here. It's cheaper. It's free, in fact. It's free. Okay, so we got Charmaine, we got Michał, we got Ellen, we got Gabriel, Mickey, Rudy, Venice, and Deborah and Mikey. At the moment we're talking about, basically what Michał was saying is that actually the architecture of this whole place has been designed to take the money out of us. But I think what you're saying is that we should be interested in different things rather than just money. You're agreeing?
So the last bit again, I didn't quite.
We should be focusing on different things rather than money and shopping.
Well, the thing is it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say focus on different things. I mean, shopping is a way of life. You have to shop anyway.
Yeah.
But it's I mean, it's nothing wrong with treating yourself.
Yeah.
It's going,
Okay.
It's going crazy.
So it's
I mean, a lot of people they have credit cards and they just buy things that they don't need. Some people do that. I'm not saying everybody does that.
Yeah.
Some people do that. You understand? But I mean, it's nothing wrong with treating yourself once in a while.
Okay, so you've got to treat yourself. It's a way of life. It's part of life. Part of being human. Yeah.
I want to just say that, a lot of people, like thousands of people now, are focused on this shopping thing, but in this same time, outside, you see a lot of homeless people, a lot of people who would like to talk, maybe who would need help, and I think 90% of these people during the shopping, and even if they come back home, they don't think about these issues, what is wrong with the system. They just they are in the system and they go shopping, come back home, think how to make more money to shopping.
Okay, so do you disagree? Do you feel like you're thinking in the system?
I definitely think about homeless people.
Yeah.
I think it's a big problem.
Okay.
But definitely some people need to treat them better, and some people do buy way too much stuff from themselves and then just don't give a second thought about.
Okay, so you think Mihal's right to a certain extent, but not you?
To a certain extent.
Because he did say 90% of people. He didn't say all people.
I'll say more like 75%.
Yeah. Okay, so maybe it's not 90% of people. Okay, I mean, what do you think? Are we thinking about the right things, or are we not thinking about the homeless people enough, or I guess the people that haven't got money?
I think a lot of people do think about homeless people, but I think a lot of people feel powerless, and most people don't really know how to actually help homeless people. Like, they don't know which organizations. Well, number one, people don't trust a lot of charities anyway.
Yeah.
And and they don't really know the ones who you should be trusting. I reckon that most people don't really know how to contact those people anyway. So.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? I think most people really do care
think about it, but they don't know how to actually.
It's such a big issue, and it's going to take a lot of time and effort to really tackle it.
Okay.
So.
Let me just go to Charmaine.
I think there's been a lot of bad press about the different organisations out there. I think they need to be, understanding where money goes when you do go give money and what the end results are before.
But I mean, what do you think about this question about whether people care or not? Do you think that people care about it? Or
I think there's a lot of people out there that care, but as my colleague said, they don't know how to give.
They don't know how to actually give the money. Okay.
Yeah.
So, I mean, is it that they care? Are they stuck in the system? Is it that they don't know how to get involved? I was going to come to Deborah. I'll come to you second. Oh, did you have something to say? No. Okay, I'll come to you. Yeah.
And a lot of people are, you see people walking around in here, looking in shops, but a lot of people are really broke and they do not have any money. Like, you'll be shocked to know how much money people actually have in their pockets.
Yeah.
And when someone has to think about their children to feed and themselves to feed, they're not going to give any money to a homeless person. That's at the very bottom of their list, and you can't blame them. The real issue is, why people don't have any money. Why is there homeless people? People aren't being paid enough money, and a lot of homeless shelters have been shut down, and that's the reason why.
Okay.
And, anyway.
Okay, so.
Yeah, when I moved to London over 20 years ago, a bar job was about £6 an hour. It's only £7 an hour now, and yet when I moved here, it was 60 quid a week to rent a room. Now it's about £140.
Yeah.
Like, where's the money supposed to come from?
Okay, so the wages haven't
gone up. But the houses have gone up.
Okay.
More and more people becoming homeless.
Mickey?
And also that it's not that people. Lots of people do think about homeless people, but some of people also just don't believe that lots of homeless people, especially in America, are veterans, and they always say serve your country, serve your country.
Yeah.
They come back from war and they're totally post-war, and they're struck of horrors, but then they come back to no money and they just go homeless, and then people mistreat them so badly for them for them trying to be brave and helping their country.
Okay, I mean it's interesting you say that because earlier on we heard a story about somebody that had been a soldier that's actually homeless in this centre. So I think
that's why most homeless people always have these like camouflage tents, and they have all these kind of army like blankets and stuff from the army that have come back.
Okay.
Completely against war.
I think it's it's a big issue now because you find a lot more people on the streets now. A lot more. You'll be shocked. So when I'm going to work in the morning, I'm going through the train station. I've seen a lot of people sleeping rough in the train. So it's getting more and more. More and more people getting more. I don't know what the situation behind it. It could be that they can't pay their rent, or they're living with someone and they got kicked out. You know what I mean? It's getting more. So I think it's to do with the economy as well.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
So a lot of people can't afford to pay their rent. A lot of people can't afford to pay their rents. You understand?
Yeah.
So especially like the private renting and stuff, I don't feel there's enough regulation surrounding that. So people can just get kicked out, told by their landlord that you got to leave tomorrow, and they have to leave, and
so there's a lot of insecurity, there's a lot of so tell us what this leaflet is.
So this is a new.
Come and sit down and tell us.
Make me talk, can't you?
So go
on. This is New Women's Black History Month programme. Or obviously October's already started, but there's still a lot more going on until the end of October. Yeah. So I don't know if you've explained what.
Well, no, I mean, right now, what we're talking about, I do think there is a connection. Because right now we're talking about, I guess, what are we focusing on? Are we too focused on like shops and are we too focused on consumerism? And maybe there is a relationship with that and our history. Earlier on we were talking about where we've come from. I think you were saying you need to know where you come from and where you're going to. So is there a connection?
I just wanted to answer for a couple of things that people said. First of all, what you said, that rents are going higher and higher. That's a economical process. First of all, is about process of accumulation of capital, which comes is like the trickle-down economy. Right. That's how it's called. The capital, during last 30 years, after Second World War, it was transferred from the working class to the big capital, and now you have a overproduction. You see, there's a lot of products around us, but you will never be able to buy even majority of these products.
Is it down to? I mean, we're focusing, I guess, on Black history in this leaflet. But is it down to history? Do you think, to knowing about history, knowing about how things were in the past?
Absolutely, history is a basic thing.
Okay.
I think that when you sort of know your history, know whether that's your personal history, or the local history, it really does make you value where you live, and it makes you value yourself and appreciate who you are as well. And I think it does create a sense of happiness amongst people. And I think if a lot of people knew the history of this area and their own history, people would be much more happier and positive, so.
What do you agree? Do you think it's about knowing a history? Deborah, have you...
Yeah, I think it's really important that we know our history, because what's happening now, what Mihal was saying, is that we're going from a stage where it's going back to the Victorian times, basically, where there's the really rich and the poor. And we have to remember that actually the history of this country wasn't like that, and we need to preserve the benefits that we have and the care of the people. Unless we know about our history, all of us, then we will, if we don't know, then we'll just kind of let them do it. We need to know.
Do you think that's kind of what happened, and why has it got a relation?
What they're trying to do,
Okay. Is there a connection between knowing your history and this kind of brainwashing thing that you were talking about? We got a new face to the table. What's your name?
Tina.
Tina. We got Charmaine, we have got Miha, we didn't get your name.
Monica,
and we've got Ellen, and we have got Mickey, Rudy, Venice, Gabriel, and Deborah, and Tina, and I'm Mikey. And I guess we're talking about, we're talking about history and knowing your history. Does that change the way you see this shopping centre? What about Black history?
To sort of know some of those local heroes as well, like, what are the contributions that, people made in the past to, create this shopping centre or make Stratford or Newham or where I'm living what it is today. I remember last year I went on a Black History walk. It was in Hackney, and that was really useful in sort of really making me feel like, oh wow, this is the journey that people made before I came along to allow me to even live in a council property, for example. So there's it was good.
Does it? What do people think? I don't know. Give us a final thought.
I only want to say one thing.
Yeah.
It's disgraceful.
Yeah.
How high are the room rents?
Yeah.
It's disgusting.
Okay, so the rents are do you think that knowing your history is important in that, or knowing the history of renting? Is that important to know that, do you think, or is that a separate issue?
Yes, it is, because if you pay £800 a month for one room, how can you buy other things?
Right. Okay.
Isn't it? You can't. But that's why perhaps there are many people sleeping under here in the evening.
Because they run out of money.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's too much to live, and the earnings are very low.
I don't see what history how history tie in with with rising house rents.
Okay. You don't think it does tie in?
I think it does. Like if we look at like civil rights history and how people have risen up against government, and created change, that's inspiring for all of us.
Okay. So
whether we're black or white.
Right. So can you say a bit more about that?
Well, like we have to know what's happened in the past to know how to fight in the future.
Okay, so
we can all stand up against this government,
right?
But if we don't know like historical struggles, we won't be able to.
So you're talking about the civil rights movement actually could be inspiring to talking about to changing the situation about rents. Yeah. Okay.
Like when I found out that in Hackney, for example, like there was a time when it was very difficult for a black person to get a council property.
Right.
And I think in the early 80s, late 70s, there was like a real campaign to sort of allow black people and to actually be able to rent affordable accommodation, because then before that they were living in squalid conditions, and they couldn't get that. So knowing that, it really makes me feel very proud that I'm living in a council property, and it really makes me value it, and also inspires me to be part of like campaigns that's related to like social housing.
Right. Okay. And, so knowing knowing your history is kind of important. What about on this side of the table? Do people agree? Where do you stand on this? Do you think it's important to?
He wants to know what?
Okay. There's a card. There we go. You can. There's one of our cards, but. Yeah, sure. What do you think about this, Miha?
What I think is, history is absolutely important to this topic, because what I said is after Second World War, there was like a race of the welfare state. On the Europe and on the United States, you had there was too much work to do and too less people which could do it. And then government provided kind of welfare state. And there was like behind the welfare state is idea that government and state should take care about people, and people should have been provided by basic things. And
so that's about knowing your history.
Yeah, exactly. And now, like during the Margaret Thatcher and Reaganomics and stuff, it changed, and now we see the consequences of what happened during Margaret Thatcher, during Ronald Reagan.
So you're saying you need to know about Second World War, you need to know about welfare state, about Margaret Thatcher and Ronald Reagan to understand what's happening now.
What we have now is a consequence of what happened before.
Okay, yeah. You're off, Monica. Let me give a final thought.
I'm off, but yeah, I want everyone to feel free that they can speak, and it'll be good to get everyone's views.
Okay. I mean, anything that you've heard just now that you think, oh, that's quite an interesting point?
Yeah, I think the kind of link between you know, knowing your history and the struggles today, I think that's a very important thing.
Yeah.
So just more of that really.
I mean, that was in a way, I think it's quite insightful to sort of link those two things together, because I wouldn't have naturally done that.
I also think it's very important because if so World War II and then all the whole rationing and what people had to go through and laws which were created to help that, and things are being forgotten, and rules which would be helpful and we're forgetting, and that in that consequence the government is making more money and the people themselves.
So they're actually making money out of our forgetfulness.
This is what I really think. I think that in the UK, people don't really value their own history. Just simple. That's what I think. Especially in London, I just don't think there's a value or respect for the history of even this country, even things like the war and what people went through. I don't really think there's a value or there's a push to actually let the general public know about the history of even this country.
Okay.
So
okay, you disagree. And let me get a final thought. Venice, Rudy, Mickey, and
Gabriel,
Rudy?
say something.
No, I don't.
No?
I mean Gabriel, sorry.
That children are having to pay VAT, not vax, VAT on children's clothing. I think that's not good. I do on my shoes. I'm a size 5, but it means I have to pay. I have to pay VAT.
Is that connected to history? Do you think?
No, but I was just final thought.
Yeah. Okay, so that maybe if you stayed, maybe we would focus on that. But obviously that's not going to be our subject. But it's a good point. Should kids have to pay VAT? Gabriel, final thought?
I don't really have it.
Is there anything you've heard that you've thought that's an interesting point?
No.
Oh, you haven't? Okay. Rudy, final thought? Okay. Venice, final thought?
Thanks a lot. Bye.
Okay, well, thanks for getting involved in this. Okay,
When it comes to children paying VAT, so the children that's paying it, it's the parents who are paying it, who haven't, And if you're a woman, well, you got to pay VAT on everything, down to things that you can't really help. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
For me, history is very important because history what motivates us. It's what, in terms of how much we spend and how our life is governed, you need to understand history. If you don't understand history, basically where you come from, then you're just going to wander and do anything, But if you know,
do you agree with what Venice said, that it gives you this sense of kind of belief that you can change things?
Yes, of course it does, because history teaches. And from what you've taught, you can make changes for the future.
Yeah, I can say, Deborah.
The thing is, the parents have to instill into their children now. Right, because they are the future. Right, and teach them how to be responsible. Okay. If you're talking about commercializing, spending money and everything, the parents have to teach their kids now.
Right.
How to be responsible with money. It's okay about history, but we have to think about the children.
Do you think those things are connected, or
about what?
The history and the money responsibility?
Well, to be honest, in my opinion, men are getting more greedier than anything else.
Men.
Yeah, but I'm talking about human beings in general. Getting greedier and greedier.
Okay, so men and women. Okay.
Well,
but maybe more men, perhaps.
Okay.
Are men getting greedier?
I'm not talking about.
And you're saying men and women.
Okay.
I know, but I'm just twisting it a little bit because then it makes it a bit more controversial.
Yeah, I mean, I need to formulate.
You disagree?
I'm going to get some water. I'm going to go get some water.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? I think we might be time just to have a little break from this. But you go and get some water. But if you can get me some sparkling water, yeah.
I wanted to answer about what you said. You said that English. Actually, I'm not English. I came here only 3 weeks ago, but I am.
Where have you come from?
I am from Poland.
Witamy.
What I wanted to say is, I studied history, and I'm interested about politics and this stuff.
Yeah.
What I would say, I partly disagree with you about that English people don't care about history.
Yeah. Hang on a sec. Sorry, Deborah. Let me get a final thought from you before you go. Sorry, I'm getting one from Michal, but let me get one.
I mean, what I experienced.
You think that
the English people
they do know about history?
I mean, they care about imperial history of English.
Right.
I mean, at least a lot of people are very proud about imperial times of England. How strong they were and stuff. But what I agree, they don't care about couple of most important parts of English history, like Quakers' ideas, like civil rights, like what was happening between First and Second World War. There was like big humanist movement in England, which, for example, in England was like a biggest, how to say it, biggest thoughts about unconditional basic income. There was like here you can find the roots of these ideas.
Right. Okay. So there's a lot of history. We're focusing on the imperial history. We're not focusing on some of the other civil rights thing, for example. Deborah, final thought?
I agree with what he's saying.
Okay.
Yeah.
So is that anything else you want to add to that?
Well, no, I can't think of anything.
I've got the feeling you think maybe we're taking it a bit too seriously, all of this history.
I do. I mean, because the thing is, when I came here, we were talking about
shopping.
Yeah. And then, well, I don't know if you said that the initial topic was about Black history.
Yeah, but I mean, the way that Talkaoke works is kind of up to people to decide what they want to talk about. There's a theme here, which is, I guess, Black history. But I think it connects because, that is very much a history about civil rights, as Michal was saying, and about struggle for equality, the fighting, and then the imperial history as well, I suppose.
Well, I mean, okay, my final thought. I mean, you said struggle for equality. We still have a long way to go here in this country.
Okay, so that history is still to be written.
You still have a long way to go.
Okay.
Because you still have institutionalized racism and all these things, so we still have a long way to go.
Okay.
You understand? So that's my final thought on it.
So the history of equality is yet to be written in that sense. Okay. Yeah, okay, have you got a final thought?
Any final thoughts? A really interesting conversation. I look forward to seeing the direction that we take it in within the next couple of hours.
Well, you're going to be thrown right back into the...
thrown right back in, yeah. Okay, great. Let me, I might grab a little coffee then,
I mean, we can have, I think we, we've kind of done our thing, but let's just go around. We've got a new face at the table. What's your name?
Nana.
Nana,
yeah.
At the moment we're sort of talking about history. There's a kind of Black history theme here. Do we need to know? I mean, Tina's talking about rents, and the rents being too high. Is that about knowing about your history? Because other people, they've gone now, but other people around the table, but people like Michal as well, have said, yeah, for sure it's about your history because you need to understand about. First of all about the Second World War, then about the welfare state and social housing, then about the civil rights struggle for equality, then about Thatcher and Reagan to understand why the rents are high now. Yeah, okay.
So I wanted to follow up for this because actually I came here with one special reason. Because I came here 3 weeks ago and I've been in hostel like last weekend. And someone stole £600 from me.
Right.
And hostel actually didn't give so much shit about this.
They didn't care about it.
Yeah. So I wanted to say to people, like, how to say it, warn them, don't go to Queen Elizabeth Hostel and Phoenix Hostel. If someone will steal money from you there, they don't care, and you shouldn't go there. That was only my, how to say it, advice for people. Don't go to these 2 hostels. And my last thought is just care more about how the system is organized. How you can be part of the change somehow, and just don't focus on this stupid.
Be part of the change.
Sorry.
Be part of the change.
Yeah, exactly. Don't focus on this stupid commercial, really prosaic things which are not important, because you're wasting your time, you're wasting your life.
Okay, thank you. Dziękuję bardzo.
Dziękuję.
Bardzo miło Cię poznać.
I również.
And okay, well, we're gonna wind this down anyway, and powodzenia. And anyway, let's. We didn't really. No, we're at sort of the end of a session, so let me just get some thoughts from you. You've only just caught the tail end of this. What do you think about this question about knowing your history? Is it important? How important is it?
What, in terms of housing issues, or?
Yeah, well, I mean, that's what Tina was talking about, but just in general, really. I mean, it's up to you where you want to take this.
No, I don't really think so, because, like, when you're born, you realise the prices of things go up, and you realise how much your parents pay for their houses and stuff like that. Or
so it's more about your personal history, what you know.
Yeah, exactly. And we can see the times have changed, like in our own generation.
Yeah.
So the history, how it got to where it is now.
You can see from your own life, in a way.
No, it's not really nothing to do with us. We just have to stop it.
Right. Okay. And how do we do that?
I don't know, mum.
Okay. Let's get a final thought from Charmaine. Thank you for sitting in and contributing so much.
Yeah, for me it's about having control over the way you spend and what you buy. And not being joined by the media. Not being brainwashed by society, and just live within your means.
But how do we do that? I mean, we've talked about a lot. We talked about maybe knowing more about history or about being more resilient, but is it that easy?
For history, if you understand your past, as you spoke about house prices and how it was in the past, how hard it was, then you would direct the way you live now, you would change it. You wouldn't allow yourself to be drawn in. You know, you'd be more careful. So history is important. The past, the way things were, are important to understand. So it's about educating yourself about the past and what is happening in this time.
Okay.
Yes? Okay.
Final thought, Tina?
History is important too.
Yeah.
So, in the future, you couldn't make mistakes that before a person could have made.
Yeah. Okay. So, do we tend to do that? Do we tend to make the mistakes of the past? Do you think we do, or are we wise enough to not repeat it?
Not everyone are wise. Even the government isn't. Many governments are not wise.
Okay, so we just make the same mistakes again and again.
Yeah.
Okay. Have you got a final thought, Nana, for this session?
I wasn't even too sure what this was about, to be honest.
Well, this is Talkaoke. It's a pop-up talk show, and in a way, no one's sure what it's about because it goes from subject to subject. It's kind of very fluid. We're going to be back shortly, and we don't know what we're going to be talking about. It could be anything. Maybe we should just, before we go, just have a quick look at some of Rick's visuals. Rick, do you mind flicking through all the visuals? You okay back there? Rick, can we start at the beginning? Is that possible? So this is about. Oh no, it's not the beginning. Okay, so this. Okay, so this is the first one. This is like the history of Stratford before the Olympics. Then this is like, is Stratford a good or a bad place? Then this is like, why are there no trees in the Olympic Park? This is West Ham moving into Olympic Park. Are we communicating history enough? This is like, where is East London? Is East London actually moving further east? Because the East End used to be Whitechapel. Now it's kind of here. This is about homeless people sleeping in shopping centres. This is about what would life be like with the Cray twins still around. This is about, are we less judgmental now about what people wear? I think that's a good outfit. Anyway, this is about, like, do we see black people as dangerous? This is about more classes, more education for free. This is about this is about austerity, really, and is it kind of like somebody not buying their round, you know, somebody forgetting their wallet in the pub kind of thing. This is like, is chicken and chips the new pie and mash? This is like, are you a proper East Ender if you eat pie and mash? We had a pie and mash session earlier on. This is the rich and the poor in Stratford. This is, everything is a coffee shop now. I'm not quite sure what this one is. What's this one, Rick? You're throwing our... Oh, we're treating people like trash. Okay, that's treating people like trash, of course it is. This is the kind of seductive power of buying things. Consuming, that's pretty straightforward, that one. This is like, that's actually a picture of my wallet. Except there's a moth rather than a butterfly. This is like, know your history, I suppose, and then you know how to get around. And is that the last one, Rick? So that was that. Thanks very much. We will be back shortly. We can have a little break, but thank you. Thanks to Ruby as well on camera. We will be back.